and I'm sure you're coming. Mark Holmes here, of course, with one of my elves that's going to help me put together some of these racks. Because she came out, she's like, wow, that's kind of neat, Dad. It's like, yeah, I've been doing this stuff, since you were like a baby. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take and put this little drop of glue like this on here. And then, honey, if you just slide that right in there.
What if the glue moves?
It will. It should. Okay, then do the same thing again. Look at that. The family that's working together. How would you like to have a rack done by a YouTube superstar?
That's you.
No.
Is that right?
That's it. That's all. And so then we'll just set it over here to dry.
You need to push it a little bit.
No, that's okay, because that'll stand out.
So how about the Cowboys, though?
Oh, Lord.
We know they
How
do
about
so
the
good.
Cowboys? So, we've got some news that's going on. Brent Urban has had tricep surgery and is now done for the season. In the season of my discontent now, because it seems like everything is happening against us.
We need more glue.
Yeah, the glue will set up, you don't want too much glue. So keep it that way. That way gravity will hold it in place, and then the glue will set up. Okay? I'm trying to teach my elves right. I'm guessing Coop's not playing. He did not practice today, and also Cedric Wilson did not practice. So we're still short wide receivers. And of course, Zeke says hasn't been told that he's not playing. So Zeke Elliott, the COVID Cowboys. That's literally what we should. Oh, sorry. She's fast. She's fast. For those who don't know, this is my lovely and talented daughter, A.K. Doll, who for the first time since she was a baby is helping me in the workshop.
What? I always help you with stuff.
It's been a long time.
Remember when we dug the fish pond? Who was the only kid that helped?
Yes,
Remember
you
when
did.
we made the tree house? Who was the only one that helped?
Yep.
What are you talking about?
This is true. She is right there. No, please, no, joking. I'm nervous. Thursday's a must win. I agree with you on that. We need to win that game on Thursday because we've got the Washington football team in the rear end. And we don't want to slip up and give them hope. Better stacking it up tight there. Oh boy. So, did you give me your hourly rate?
Quality time.
I can pay quality time. It's just when they start wanting time and a half. Lord. No, but time, enjoy your time with your kids because they grow so fast. Michelle's daughter says, hey, Kayla.
Hi.
Who's Michelle's daughter? I've never seen you. Is that one of your dolls? I've never seen you, Michelle's daughter. Welcome. Thomas Garrett, how are you doing? That's what happens when you don't take the shot. You know what? Here's what's kind of funny is I was talking about taking the shot, right? And I have people that get pissed off. See, taking the shot it doesn't keep you from getting it. It's like, no, but if you get the shot, here's the thing. You usually don't have symptoms that are that bad. Isn't that what you've heard? That if you get COVID when you've had the shot, that it's not as severe as it could be? At least that's what
I don't have anything to say about that.
that's what I was told by some people. That if you've had the shot, that, yeah, you could still get it, but it's not as bad. And so here we are with Amari Cooper, who did not have the shots, who may miss another game. Yeah, but see, here's the thing, though. True. Everyone makes, and that's true. Everybody makes their own decisions, but you have to understand that your decisions have consequences for others. Because, see, the problem is, that's like saying, well, you know what? I'm not going to follow some of the rules by the NFL. Okay, you wear your shirt tail out if you're CeeDee Lamb. Guess what? The NFL's going to fine you, right? And you have to understand that it's not just you who you're affecting. You're affecting all of the team and the company as well. And that's what's happened. Yeah, Amari Cooper. It was his choice, but his choice has ramifications for the Dallas Cowboys and their playoff hopes. Having him not there for the 2 games, and now if it's the 3rd game, and we know that Cedric Wilson might not be there as well, we know that CeeDee Lamb is kind of still feeling a little bit loopy. Yeah, this affects all of it. And I'm going to tell you, it not only affects the Dallas Cowboys, it affects me too, because I want to see my Cowboys in the playoffs and go into a Super Bowl. So, yes, it is a personal choice, but it's a personal choice that affects others.
Where should I put this one?
Oh, we're running out of space? Dang on.
Also, I gotta go get my nails done.
Oh,
I
okay.
have to go.
All right.
But I'll see
Bye,
you
honey.
tomorrow.
Thank you.
Bye, honey.
Hope you didn't get too much sawdust. See, I am the luckiest father in the world. Everybody's different, and just because Zach and Randy, well, here, you want to actually, that you just hit the nail on the head. That things can hit you differently, okay? Because I almost died from strep. Cedric Wilson, they said he wasn't practicing today. And if he doesn't practice tomorrow, then he probably won't be playing on Thursday. So I'm not sure what happened to Cedric Wilson. All I know is he wouldn't play. I don't care about a single word Mark is saying, staring at his, see, you thirsty brothers. You thirsty? Yeah, y'all thirsty. Y'all thirsty. I get it. I get it. Better watch yourself before I wreck you. Bruh. My Lord, the team can't catch a break. We just can't. So Brett Urban, it's just come across that Brett Urban has had shoulder surgery for a torn tricep. I don't know what's going on. Oh, and we've drawn an official that has more penalties called on the Dallas Cowboys than anybody else last year. So we got that guy. Tribe, that was disrespectful. It's all good. You know, listen. I can't make ugly kids. Well, no, actually I did. I did make Philly 500 Cop Pizzle. If I go around my family and I am vaccinated, I can get COVID, then I have to go through a protocol just like the NFL players. I work in the government and the same rules apply. There you go. There you go. Because you can't have the whole business shut down because of your own personal morals. It's one of those things that you say, okay, for a lot of us, if we decide not to follow the rules, you don't have a job. Zeke fan, what's up, man? How you doing? I'm here doing my thing. Cowboys always break down in November and December. No, Mark, no weapon formed against us shall prosper. Go Cowboys. Let's say, there you go. I really hope Coop plays. I do too. But, you know, more than anything else, I hope Coop is actually okay physically. Because there are more things important, believe it or not, than just football. So that's the first thing you have to actually be concerned with. Is he okay? Damn, I don't have as many of these things as I thought. I got to get more wood. Damn. So that's 2, 4, 6. Okay. I'll get more wood tomorrow. No excuses. Other teams are missing. Edwards, okay, you know what? When you have, I'm not making excuses, but, okay, actually, maybe I am. Wait a minute. Splash Bro, Markham new sub. What kind of shop is that, my man? This is my wood shop. I build shit out of wood. Lots of stuff out of wood. I've got my edge sander over there. This is my table saw. I got a shaper over there. I got my bandsaw right there. I got the drill press over here and a radial arm saw over there. And I have a lot of pieces over here. These are all going to be racks. Oh, yeah. But see, you got to understand, and that's wood up there. That's some oak up there. You got to understand that part of the reason why I built so much stuff was because I couldn't afford to buy it. So it was like, okay, I'm going to build it because I need it. It's out of necessity. See, never underestimate the power of somebody that's broke. You'll find a way. Because I ain't just laying down on the ground and dying. We want Kevin Joseph to start over Anthony Brown. He needs reps. Well, if Kevin Joseph could actually stay in practice, then maybe we would. But here's the thing that you guys don't seem to understand is, you think the Cowboys are sitting there saying, well, Kevin Joseph is better than Anthony Brown, but we're just going to keep him benched. They're going to play the best players out there. They make no bones about it. It doesn't matter who you are. The Cowboys are looking for guys that are going to play. And they're not going to put somebody out there if they have a better option. It's just a fact. And so, unfortunately, Nashawn Wright, who now is on the COVID list, Kevin Joseph, who had COVID and then other issues and things, he's just not ready. How long have I been doing working with wood? I have been working with wood since I was probably about 10 years old, when my dad had an old shopsmith machine in his garage, and I got off all the dust and stuff on it and started working with it. And so that's where it started. Give you an example. You know how old my son is, Michael, right? Check this out. Back in the day, before there was all the PlayStations and everything else, kids actually played with toys. Check that out. Back in the day when monster trucks first came out, I built toy monster trucks. That's right. I built this about 32 years ago. Hard to believe. It's still together. It's one of those pieces I keep here in the shop because I think it's kind of cool. Heck, I ought to start making those again and putting cowboy stars on them. The refs are supposed. Okay, so here's the problem for us now. I've got to look up his name again. But this mother humper that we have calling our game this week, this mother humper has called more penalties on the Cowboys in 2020 than anybody else. Michael Gibson, I can't speak for Coop, but I work for the government, and they told us, get vaccinated or you lose your job. Coop can't lose his job. Yeah, because unfortunately, David Wiley, what's up? Unfortunately, the problem is there's only so many people that can do that job. So when you have a supply and demand, because the thing with the government and your job is they can always find some more employees to do what they're doing. How many receivers out there can play like Coop? So you kind of have to play the game and say, okay, let's go ahead and kind of work with them here. You kind of give a little leeway. It's kind of like with Jimmy Johnson when the kicker had asthma and stuff, and he said, carry your ass over the asthma field, and he cut him because, you can always get another kicker. If that was Troy Aikman, you kind of say, hey, Troy, you need some water, Troy? Oh, you need some water? Oh, here, get some water. You're okay. So that's the difference in it. Unfortunately, we're kind of stuck with this situation. There's nothing we can do about it except hope that we can hold on and that it'll get better before it gets worse. That's all. What else can we do? What else? He didn't give us much anyway, Mark. Who? Brent Urban? Oh, no. See, hang on, let me grab something. Kids, have a seat. Let old Mark talk to you for a second here. Let me explain something. I gotta find my guides. Where's my little football guide? Hold up, I'm trying to find something. All right, kiddies. I want y'all to sit down because I want to give you a little bit of an education. Okay? See, there are those that get the glory, and there are those that do all the hard work. And if it weren't for the ones that do all the hard work, the ones that get the glory don't get the glory. You follow me now? See, quarterbacks get all the glory. When they're back there and they go through and they throw that Hail Mary and it goes down the field and they win the game, the reality is without those that do all the hard work, the offensive linemen that are keeping him upright, that are giving him the time, those guys are the unsung heroes. The quarterback, he gets the pretty girl. The offensive linemen, well, they get to go out and eat some more. See, that's the difference. And on the defense, trust me, I know because I was one of those guys that had to do the dirty work. I was a nose guard, a term they don't use anymore. They call them a one technique now, okay? But your job, because I found out the hard way. In a JV game, I'm lined up over the center. I shot the gap on third down. Shot the gap, got right between the center and the guard, got upfield, literally in the quarterback's hip pocket. I am literally chasing the quarterback, right? I'm like literally, his ass is right here. I'm chasing the quarterback, and as he handed the ball off to the carrier, I was literally right there, boom, hit the carrier at the same time he got the ball, tackled him, third down, we go off the field. I'm feeling great. I'm like, man, I tackled that saw gun for 7-yard loss. We stopped them on third down. But you know what happened when I got on the sideline? I didn't get patted on the back from the coach. I got cussed out. And I'm like, dude, I stopped them. He said, what was your assignment? I said, hit the center, fight pressure. I said, but I made the tackle 7 yards upfield. We stopped him on third down. He said, yeah, but you left your guys exposed back there. You left them exposed. Your job is not to get the glory. Your job is to keep those guys off of the linebackers so the linebackers make the plays. He told me, sit your ass down. And I had to sit my ass down. And I'm just like, but I made a big play and stopped. He said, yeah, congratulations on making that play. But you didn't do what you were supposed to do, which was allow the linebackers to get the glory. And that's what Brent Urban has to do. Brent Urban plays 3-and-1 technique. Your one technique guys very rarely get a lot of sacks. If they get 3 or 4 sacks from the one technique, they're doing damage. But their whole job is to hold the line and keep the offensive linemen from getting to the second level. And in run stopping, make sure that the linebackers can clean it up. And that's the problem with the Dallas Cowboys. Because Brent Urban, who has been out for the last 4 weeks, we've been giving up more yards on the run. That's where Tristan Hill came in. Tristan Hill has gotten better at helping us shut down that line. So when you say, oh, well, Brent Urban didn't do much, you're looking at it from the standpoint of looking at the numbers for, say, a defensive end whose only job is to get upfield and put pressure on the quarterback. He's going to get the tackles for losses. He's going to get the sacks. He's going to get the pressures. But it's the guys that are unsung in the middle, like Brent Urban's, that end up being the one that end up shutting down the team. It just is. They don't get no love. We don't get no love. In fact, as a one technique, it pissed me off because every play, the football's right there, 6 inches in front of my nose. And I can't touch it. I can't go run for a touchdown and get glory. Yes, Frank. Streptococcus A infection, Frank Joseph. Frank, I'm trying to understand something here. You know what, Frank? I want to actually talk to you rationally. For some reason, you just hate me and swear I'm the devil. Go look up Streptococcus A infection, also known as the flesh-eating bacteria. Same thing. In 1994, and since let me see. I'm sure you'll go ahead and try and copy this, and you'll make some kind of video and put fart sounds and all that on there, because that's what you do. But if you want to call me a liar like you always do and do some stuff, let me at least explain it to you, because see, you always come up with some bullshit. See this scar? That's where they cut my knee open right there and scraped out the infection. The rest of this is actually burns. It's actually burned in an apartment fire, 3rd-degree burns. So yes, strep A, streptococcus A infection. In the course of 4 days, attacked my leg. My leg was like this. Frank, look up. Look, Frank, okay, Frank, I'm talking to you. Frank, I'm actually trying to explain to you. Streptococcus A, strep throat, same infection. But in some cases, it attacks the bloodstream. Once it gets into the bloodstream, it gets to be deadly. So that was in 1994. Had my first operation on New Year's Eve. That one, unfortunately, did not work because they tried to scope and it was too thick to get through the tubes. Then they cut my knee open, scraped out the infection, much like they did for Stuart Morrison. They left the wound open and went back into it, didn't they, Stu? They did that. They compacted it for 4 days and they went back in to clean it out some more. And that's what I'm saying, that not everybody who gets strep throat is going to get a strep A infection in their body. And the same thing with COVID. You might get COVID and have, you test positive for it, and it doesn't affect you. In some people, it could go and affect them and be a lot worse. And the case study you can look at right now is Amari Cooper, who didn't get vaccinated, may not be able to play this week, even though he sat out for the 10 days. The other guys who tested positive for it, they didn't have that issue. That's my whole point. So, Frank, you're not going to respond? Or are you already recording? Frank, I tell you what, Frank, I have no problem with you taking clips of me and putting it out there, because that just goes to show how much you truly love and hate the Jobu Sports Bar. I don't mind that so much, okay? Go right ahead. But it's when you kind of cross the line with some of the stuff that you do, and you know what I'm talking about, when you start putting phone numbers out there and things like that, that's when it kind of gets to be, dude, seriously. But, like I said, Frank, I'd actually like to sit down and talk with you and find out what your real beef is. But I guess that's not going to be the case, that you'll just go out and just do what you're trying to do. Random guy, I had that virus and it didn't do that to me, so therefore I conclude it doesn't do much to anyone else on the planet. Yeah, well, exactly. Everything attacks people a little differently. Some people, let's say cumin. Most people aren't allergic to cumin, but there are some people that are. Some people eat some cumin, all of a sudden they're going to swell up like, a balloon. It's just the way it is. L4G, what's up, man? But Amari now has natural immunity, which is 13. Yeah. So once he gets, here's my big hope right now. My big hope is, because we've had so many people on our team that have had COVID, that we just got it wiped out. It's just done. Okay. Come playoff time, we won't have to worry about it. Because literally it seems like everybody's got it. So it looks like the COVID Cowboys strike again. Why are people scared of COVID shot? I don't know anyone that grew a third leg. Right. I had both of mine. Now we have the freaking that can reinfect you. Yeah, that's where it kind of actually has me worried about doing the tailgate in a couple weeks. Man, even if I had the shot, he still would have missed the games. No, actually, not necessarily. If the symptom, okay, here's the thing. If what they say is true, that generally speaking, like I was saying, I know somebody that I was like, you've had the shot. How did you test positive? They're like, I tested positive for it. And had a little bit of, like a little cold for like 2 days, felt bad for 2 days, and then they were over it. If he tested positive now, is it 12 days ago? And he's still not feeling good enough to practice, then that means it's lingering a lot longer than it does typically. You follow me? I have COVID now. It feels like a really bad cold, but this isn't fun. Philadelphia, yeah, when is it? You know what, Philadelphia? Jalen Hurts is no good. Come on, baby, Jalen Hurts is no good. Sometimes he won't play like he should because Jalen Hurts is no good. Okay, anyway, I've got to work on it. Philadelphia, I'm just wondering how you Eagle fans feel at this moment because you had right in front of you, playoff spot. Now you can still get it, but you could have been just riding the wave. Because right now I got Washington football fans. My cousin called me. Yeah, man. We took care of business. Just Russell. I'm like Russell Wilson is ass right now. He's like, nah, man, you crazy. I'm like, Russell Wilson is bad. Seattle is a bad team. Okay, so don't pound your chest too much right now. See, that could have been you guys instead of y'all kind of having to back off of Mark Holmes. You could be talking smack and saying, we're coming for your meats. We're on a roll, baby. We're the 7th seed and we're moving on up. But no. What did you do? You choke. My wife had corona for 27 days in November 20. I thought she was going to die. The hospital was full and she sent home 4 times with positive tests. Man, I'm glad she's still here, man. Shout out to you on that. It's one of those things, Raymond, that unless you've been through it, you don't understand. That shit don't exist until it hits you. Hey, Mark, do you have any videos of when you play ball? Playmaker. When I played ball, it was like real tapes. We didn't use videotapes back then. So it wasn't like it is now. I wish I did. Eagles booty cheeks. So anyway, back to you Eagles. You were in a primo spot of being able to talk cash shit to the Dallas Cowboys who lost on Thanksgiving. Instead, you lost to the Giants after they said, you know what, Jason Garrett, you're even too bad for us. We're so bad, even Jason Garrett isn't even an improvement. I got COVID. L4G, I got COVID 3 months ago. Some things I drink and still can't. Damn. L4G, I didn't know about that, man. Eagles are COVID. Well, they got no taste, so you're right about that one. Go Vikings. These trolls ain't got nothing better to do with them. No, they don't. You know what? They love me. See, I'm surprised Frank Joseph is not here. Because Frank comes in and now he's saying, yeah, strep throat almost killed you. It's like, yeah, let me explain it to you. Because actually, let me go through. Because, see, this is where he's always calling me a liar and that I'm making stuff up and everything else. And I don't know why I actually give him the time of day. But just hold up for a second. How you doing, Roscoe? Whew. Okay. Let me read. Okay. So, Frank, if you're here, okay. Let me, because there's nothing I love more than when somebody says you're lying. Okay, you see this? Disease caused by Group A strep, CDC. The bacteria called Streptococcus A can cause many different infections. These range from minor illnesses to very serious ones. Strep throat, toxic shock. Okay, scarlet fever. So when I talk about this, this is what I'm saying. In a lot of people, you just get strep throat. No big deal. Zinc lozenges are good. But people can easily spread to other people practicing good hygiene. Wait, let's see. Because I want to see if they actually go into it. But Frank, if you're there, Frank, I want you to go up, look up streptococcus A. You'll see strep throat, and then you'll see the bacteria can be very, very deadly. And that's where it happened with me. Is it very deadly with very many people? No. And at the time I had it in 1994, I think there was 12 cases in the state of Virginia. 8 of them died. I was one of the 4 that were lucky enough to live. So no, I'm not bullshitting about that. I wouldn't. Um, I wouldn't make up some shit like that. That's just not it. Um, and the crazy thing is, we still don't know exactly. Um, know exactly what caused it or how I got it. So let's see. Trying to see. That's in the throat. So here's where we're. No, actually, no, I'm not going to grow a shell out. If Amari Cooper had a fever and fatigue and cough, it takes time, and that's the thing that they're saying right now is it is going to take some time for him because um, Monday they said they were doing a uh, God, what test? Conditioning. They were going to do a conditioning test on a Monday, and he didn't practice because they were expecting to practice on Monday. And then today it was like, okay, he didn't practice today, and now he's got, he's still coughing and still sick. So it's a little bit worse than what we're led on. Unfortunately, we've been kind of um, having the belief that people, they tested positive, they're back in 10 days, and they're good. Well, the reality is most people are, but it doesn't mean that everybody is. Um, so yeah, so Coop has the symptoms a little bit heavier than others. So that's where we are with that. So I just wanted to bring out about Brent Urban because Brent Urban, of course, we were thinking that he was going to be coming back, but unfortunately, he is going to be done for the season, having the tricep surgery. Which definitely hurts. That definitely hurts on the defensive line. I know you look at the numbers and you say, he doesn't do that much. He's no big deal. What, big deal. But it's like, no, he's one of those guys that's doing the dirty work for us. And we need those guys big time. So, how you guys' day going? Good, bad, indifferent? Where's my comments? Oh, there they are. Fire Mike McKyer. Hi, Dan. What do you think? The kickers cost us 3 games. Wow. Can you do a real damage to the lungs? Hope Coop. And see, I swear that last year that you think about Zeke Elliott. I think part of the problem with Zeke Elliott last year with his conditioning and stuff was he ended up having strep. And we saw him, he was, on there and he was like, oh, and you could tell he was having problems breathing. And that he was definitely having some of those effects. And that was only a couple weeks before he went to training camp. Um, I think about Cam Newton because Cam was playing great um, until he had COVID. When he came back from COVID, he was not the same player. He looked like he was totally out of it. So, um, as much as people believe that this is, bullshit or ain't nothing to worry about, um, it's different for different people. That's all I can tell you. It's different for different people. The Bills' offensive line was hospitalized a while back. Oh, Bills' offensive line was. Mike looks lost sometimes. You don't challenge the fumble. Um, Unfortunately, they say they blew the whistle. Baby doll whistle. In which case, the play's dead, and they say nothing we can do about it. But we're getting hosed by the officials all the way around. You just have to understand. You get no breaks when you're the Dallas Cowboys. In fact, we have Let me see if I can find his name while I'm sitting here. Oh, there we go. We've got Washington sightings. Clarence Hill says, a vaccinated Amari Cooper might still have gotten COVID-19, but there's a better chance he wouldn't have been in danger of missing 3 games. Argue among yourselves. There you go. That's the argument that we're having right now. He just popped that in there a few minutes ago. Second injury report. CD. Let's look at the injury report here because this is key because it's the day after tomorrow. Tyron Smith, at least, is not listed on the injury report, which is great. Zeke Elliott, where's the listing? Amari Cooper did not practice. Zeke Elliott and CeeDee Lamb were full participants in practice today. And Terrell Besham was actually upgraded from limited to full, so that's good. And Cedric Wilson with the ankle has not practiced all week. Tyron Smith is not listed on there, so those are some good things at least. The exception of losing half of our coaching staff and Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper remains in COVID-19 protocol. He didn't participate in walkthrough today and has yet to be activated from the reserve COVID-19 list. Now a tight turnaround for final practice. Team travels Wednesday to New Orleans for Thursday's game. So he didn't practice. Tomorrow's the travel day, and he hasn't been activated. So he may not be even activated. So, yeah, there's that. That's not good. That's not what you want to hear. We will definitely be shorthanded. Let's see if there's any other news here. I guess that's it, guys. Yep, that's everything else is Brent Urban News. Oh, one other thing. Tristan Hill. So Tristan Hill was suspended for the 2 games yesterday. You can appeal. Now here's where we might get some luck. When you appeal, basically they stay the appeal. They put it on hold. You'll remember with Zeke Elliott. Zeke Elliott originally got the 6-game suspension, and they kept appealing it and kept putting it down the road. Tristan Hill is going to appeal the 2-game suspension. And even if it ends up being that you appeal it and you play this week, and then it ends up happening down the road, Brent Urban. Frank, I see you left when I was talking about strep A infections. And I've got dyslexia. I end up, from time to time, I will say things backwards, and in my head, I think I said it right. So I may have said Keith Irving, but it's Brent Irving. Excuse me. Forgive me. I do make mistakes, and I'll be the first one to admit that I do make mistakes. Um, um, Back to, daggone it. Now I forgot the person I'm talking about. Um, I forgot where I was. Thank you, Frank. You messed me up. Not laughing, man. Frank, I'm seriously. Frank, is it that you do you want a Joe Barty? Is that what it is, Frank? Do you feel slighted that you're not in the drawings? I'm just trying to understand why it is that you have all this aggression and stuff at me. I just are you not a Cowboys fan and so on? What is it? I will say I will say the wrong name in a heartbeat. I make no bones about it. I'm the name butcher. Illegal lottery. Yeah, I know you call it illegal lottery, but if people want to become channel members or people want to go ahead and donate money to the channel and do super chats, what's wrong with me saying I'm going to give away some stuff to those people? You don't have to do that. I'm trying to understand that. It's me trying to do something to give back to everybody. Because in the same regard, so Frank, let me ask you this then. So if you become a Jobu Sports channel member, I send you a free shot glass. Is that an illegal lottery too? If you end up becoming a tailgate member, I send you a set of 4 shot glasses, and every time I make a new one, I give them as well. Oh, it's beyond blocking him because see, he actually enjoys being blocked because he actually will make a channel up where he goes through and he'll literally watch hours and hours of Jobu Sports Report to try and find a little thing to take out of context and put it out there. I'm just trying to understand why somebody, because see, there's Ramalama. Ramalama, he knows I don't like the Rams and everything else, but he's still cool with me as far as people goes. Frank, you give us a Frank's bad name. Please go away. Frank, oh man, Frank Fleece is like, hey, I'm not that one. I'm not that guy. Third round. Ramalama, how are you feeling about Matthew Stafford right now? You still think he's ready to roll for MVP? He's looking more like the Matthew Stafford from the Lions. And see, that's one of those ones that Frank, it was kind of funny. Frank, you know that it was funny when I said, there's that old saying that you can take the person out the ghetto, but you can't take the ghetto out the person. And I said that's what happened with Matthew Stafford, because I said, Matthew Stafford, you can take him out of Detroit, but you can't take the Detroit out of Matthew Stafford. Because Matthew Stafford is going back to being ghetto ho. Okay. It's an old saying there. Alicia, how you doing? Tay Cowboys, how you doing? It's an old saying. Sorry you never heard it there, buddy. But it was an analogy to Matthew Stafford throwing the football away. I mean, throwing interception after interception, and over the last 3 games, he's got like 7 interceptions or 7 turnovers. You was talking about Tristan. Thank you, Tristan Hill. So here's the thing with Tristan Hill. It would be great if he got the appeal done where they put a stay on it for this week so he could play on Thursday. Because come next week, the next game against Washington, you'll be getting back Neville Gallimore as well as Randy Gregory. So you'd have him for this week. Then if you're suspended the next week or later on, then you've got those new troops that are coming back to kind of fill in the gap. Because it will leave us shorthanded on the defensive line. Us losing Brett Urban is not a good thing. It's not a good thing. I was hoping that he was going to be coming back and being part of that rotation. So the good news, of course, Neville Gallimore is started this 21-day path. The bad news, of course, is now you got Tristan Hill who's out for 2 games and Brett Urban is. It's just like we can't seem to get right. We keep getting hit after hit. Can we get Hutchinson from the Michigan in the draft? Well, who knows where we're going to be in the draft. Thanks, Big Dog 3000. The Rams have sold their souls for year success. This year's. Yeah, but the question is, will they have that success this year? I don't know. Seems like since they got Von Miller and Odell Beckham Jr. that all of a sudden it has not been looking good for them. Just saying. He's a top. Well, we're not going to be anywhere near the top 5. I think D-Law will be gone too. Joseph, how did we mortgage our future? We didn't trade away all of our draft picks. How do we mortgage our future? See, I'll give you one that's mortgaged their future. Seattle. Okay, right now, if you're the Jets, you're feeling pretty good about how Seattle's looking because you have Seattle's number 1 pick for Jamal Adams. They traded away 2 number 1s and a 3rd to get Jamal Adams, and their defense is terrible. You've got Russell Wilson who probably wants to leave. Maybe you get back some of your draft picks, but that's mortgaging your future. The Rams, they don't have a pick next year until the 5th round because they said, let's take a 2nd and a 3rd and we get Von Miller. And Von Miller is going to need a new contract at the end of the year. He's a free agent. So now all of a sudden, you send a 2nd and a 3rd. Guys, Diggs is a 2nd round pick for us. Diggs is a 2nd round pick for us. So, in essence, when you start looking at that and saying, okay, Do I take a guy who's been injured and old with a second, third, and have to pay him big money? Or do I take that second round pick and hopefully get somebody like Diggs that I don't have to pay for 4 years? Next year, the Ravens will sign Tony Pollard. The Rams haven't had a first round pick since golf. True. True. And they won't for another 2 years. Yeah. And it's like, and Matthew Stafford, let's look at Matthew Stafford. He's going to need to get paid next year, too. Um, so here's the problem for the Rams. So you gave up all those draft picks for Matthew Stafford, and his cap number for next year is $23 million. But the problem is he's going to have to get paid because the 2023 is a voidable year. So if you don't get him to a new contract the end of next year, you could lose him. Follow me? And Von Miller is a free agent at the end of the season. You gave up a second and third for a guy who is going to be a free agent that you have to pay.
And was injured when you got him. Don't forget that part. He was injured. He didn't play.
Right. He's got 8 tackles so far.
He was injured the first 2 games.
The Lions definitely stole the Rams' future. Yeah.
Well, Lions
they
right
have
now
plenty
have
of
one
good.
pick. And they have the Rams
but listen,
pick.
don't get me wrong. We've done good with our compensatory picks, but getting as high as a third is not the same as having your number ones and number twos if you can do it. Buccaneers, Vikings, Cowboys, Eagles, Rams. Two of those things don't belong. But what's the dead cap? The dead cap for Matthew Stafford for next year. Well, the problem is it's not a dead cap on it. Next year, he's got to be. It'll be $20 million if they ended up getting rid of him at the end of the year. If they hold on to next year, there wouldn't be any cap hit because the next year is voidable. But did you give up all those draft picks to have a guy for 2 seasons?
No, they're trying to go to the Super Bowl.
You gave up that much compensation, 2 number ones and a 3 to have him for 2 years? No. But renting Von Miller for a second and a third? Dude, that's like a payday loan. I mean, that's like going to Aaron's rents.
The payday loan is like 100% interest.
Exactly. That's not a wise move. Let me look at because the problem for the Rams will be is they better have some cap room. The Rams over the cap. Let's see what they look like. See, right now, the Rams for this year have $1.8 million of cap space. Next year, they have $3 million worth of cap space, which is more than the Cowboys. We're over the cap. But you're going to have to redo Matthew Stafford's contract. If you want to keep Von Miller, you have to do like that kind of a deal. You can't get anybody as far as in the draft. So any holes that you have, and if you want Odell Beckham, you got to pay that guy. So they have some issues money-wise. We have issues money-wise where we're going to have to let some people go. You can look and say either Tyron Smith or Lyle Collins, one of those two definitely won't be here next year.
No, don't forget about
Jet D, what's up, Jet?
D-Law might not be here either.
D-Law is another one I don't think it's going to be here because that's another big payday.
We'll
When you look at what Micah Parsons has done without even D-Law being here, D-Law's played 1 game. So you start saying,
I think you keep Gregory because both those combinations play good together.
Well, but Randy Gregory. Now the question is what is he going to command? So we got so many moving parts that are going on.
You have to look at it this way too, is that the Cowboys did him a service and kept him on the team as long as they did. So he might say, I might play for a little bit less because they were loyal to me. You just don't know. He's going nuts.
If the Rams don't go to the Super Bowl, Sean McVay's seat will be burning and his welcome will be worn out. Have to agree with you on that one. D-Law is only good for rap battles. Well, Steven, I hope that, he's going to be auditioning for the Cowboys or for somebody else next year, this weekend.
With the rest of the games.
Well, here's the thing. His cap number is $27 million next year. $27 million. That's a lot of money. And typically players don't want to give back money. They'll say restructure it, kick it down the road. You don't want to restructure that.
That's Jalen Smith. Jalen Smith didn't want to get back the injury.
They should keep Von Miller and let Odell Beckham go.
Not to pay him.
Can't wait till Parsons gets some more weight on him and then full-time defensive end. Brent sucks. He got 3 tackles all year. Edwin, see, you missed my whole analogy about holding the line on the middle for the glory guys, the linebackers. Who's the latest COVID victim? Well, we're still dealing with Amari Cooper is not probably going to be playing this weekend, or excuse me, Thursday.
Mike McCarthy.
Well, we all know about Mike McCarthy. Most people say that's not a loss. Well, you wait and see. Well, here's where it's going to be a loss is Dan Quinn won't be up in the booth calling the defense. He'll be down on the field taking care of the whole team. So that could have a rippling effect on the team. I want to see that. Hey, Mark, are there really going to be 36? It's actually, I think, 31. But, yeah. And that's why you got to look at this and say that do you keep Lyle Collins at a $15 million hit, or do you say, I'm going to take that money for some of my free agents and say I'm going to roll the dice with Terrence Steele? And same thing with D-Law. Do you say, do we pay D-Law $27 million, or do we use that on holding on to some of the other guys?
We were playing good without Lyle Collins when he was suspended.
True.
That's when we had our better games. But
Yeah, we also have we do have a lot of first year players, which is true, which is great because you don't have to redo their contract and they're dirt cheap. Hell no on Von Miller. I agree with you on that one.
He's too much money. He's worth
Way too much, and he's old. He's done.
He's like my age.
49ers watch. Yeah, 49ers creeping up. I'm not gonna lie, they're getting together. Collins equals gone.
But we had the 49ers Cowboys rivalry again.
Terrell Cox next year will be a beast. I hope so. The running game needs to be on point Thursday. Yeah. If Amari Cooper's not out there, yeah, it's definitely needs to be.
Tells Eagle to sit down.
I think they're looking at this and saying he's going to be a decoy.
Because we could lose this game and be okay.
Quinn or Moore for head coach if Mike
As long
goes.
as it be worse than
I'm kind of, I almost would rather have Dan Quinn.
But he's going to be controlling the defense.
You know,
I'd rather have him as defense coordinator.
I think if you look at it from the standpoint of like what we did with Wade Phillips and Jason Garrett, where Wade Phillips was the head coach, but he's also took care of the defense, and then we had Jason Garrett as the offensive coordinator, I'm okay with that. They will not get rid of Zeke. Zeke is a box office right now.
You can't. The only way you get rid of Zeke is if we trade him next year because you have to pay him money to leave.
The Seahawks-Washington game last night was ugly, and it actually hurt my soul watching Russell Wilson.
The ending of it was bad because you thought, oh, there's hope.
There's hope.
And then they got an interception when they tried to go for the 2-point conversion. They put it in overtime. I'm like, how? There was hope.
Stop striking you? Well, stop putting my address and phone number out there. And it wasn't Michael Anthony Fitness. So, like I said, Frank, you want to do those other videos where you got me farting? Cool. But when you're going to keep doing, if you want me to, I'll keep hitting the rest of them and just get the channel shut down. I know you'll just make another channel, and I can just keep going through and copywriting it. Because you keep using my stuff. Hence, copywriting. So, don't put my address and phone number out there, buddy. It's that simple. So, shots fired. Shots fired, Frank. Jason Garrett. I know you're, for whatever reason, you're trying to ruin my life. You're trying to get people to come to my house and, I guess burn it down or rob me or shoot and kill me because you're not the one to do it. But that's not cool. It's not cool. Oh, that's Frank Joseph. Frank Joseph does videos where he puts, my information and stuff out there.
He's gotta keep hitting.
Telephone number, address, and things like that. So, yeah. So, Frank, let you know, I was the one that did that because I don't like having you put a picture of my address out there. Just don't.
And how can I do anything when
Yeah,
you're the
Mike
one that-
can't do that.
I
That's
know, but you're the
ridiculous.
only
Why
one
are
that
people
copyrighted.
making?
I'm not.
Yeah, he does need help. And my thing, here's the reality. The thing is I actually feel sad for him because I'm trying to understand how somebody has so much time and is filled with so much hate. You know, life is short. You don't know from one day to the next who's going to be here, going to be gone. So why waste your time hating somebody else? Why not be out there enjoying it? Frank, maybe we should pay you a bit. Oh no. See, and I'm not advocating violence. I'm not.
That's nothing out there.
So no,
Definitely not.
I'm just saying. And again, I'm sure he will take some clips from this and make. Dana Jet, it's not hard to get somebody's phone number.
You just gotta know what you're looking for.
I mean, it's really not that hard. To give you an example, about a year ago, I was out walking, and on the ground was laying a credit card. I picked up the credit card. I saw the girl's name on it. I went to my computer. I Googled it, had her address and phone number, just like that. I called her up and I said, "Hello, is this such and such?" She's like, "Yes." I said, "I found your credit card laying on the street." And she's like, "What are you talking about?" I said, "I was out for a walk. I found your credit card." She's like, "How'd you get my number?" I said, "I Googled it." And I said, "I can drop it off at your house for you." Because she said that she had been out running, and what she has is like a clip to keep her credit card and her phone, and it fell out.
Yeah.
So literally, it was just that easy for me to find out who they were. Okay. So yeah, it's not difficult if that's what they always say. Well, we're on the lookout for somebody you can't find. It's like, it's not that hard to find somebody if you want. Can't wait for Thursday. You know what? I'm nervous about Thursday. I'm going to be doing a shrimp poor boy and all that for the game. But, with all of the stuff, the way stuff's been happening with all these players, we may have half our team gone to COVID.
What we need to do is beat Washington twice so they don't win the division. And we're good. And hopefully Eagles lose a couple of games.
But you know what's funny is?
That's all you need to do is beat Washington.
No,
twice.
actually it's funny because he kept posting pictures of my address and my house on there. And I went to Google, I was like, I don't mind him doing these videos hating me and stuff. I'm like, but he's putting my information out there and telling people to come to my house. So I was like, and they're like, oh, well, there's nothing we can do about that. But if you use video clips of me or my voice, you can copyright. That's different.
You can.
So that's where it is.
Videos.
Oh, Derek, man, I hope everybody's okay with on the COVID, man. My thoughts and prayers to you, buddy. Who would I like to keep the players we have? Well, I want to keep Randy Gregory. I definitely want to keep Randy Gregory. I actually like Brent Urban, and a lot of you guys let him go. I like Keanu O'Neal on the defense. I know a lot of you guys still. The thing you have to understand too is all of these guys are just getting there. They're just getting there and just learning the system and stuff. They will get better as time goes on. Mark Holmes, you be joking around and don't even do that cross the line. Mark Holmes, you be joking around. You don't even do that. That's crossed the line. No, I don't do. No, you don't do that. That's why I was actually trying to talk to him, because I'm just trying to understand. I just went to the wake of a friend, 42 years old, had asthma, wasn't vaccinated. Now he's gone. Oh, I know I don't be doing that. I want to see Parsons, D-Law, Gregory, and Gallimore. I would love to see that. Oh, my God. Could you imagine what our defensive line would be like? Oh, Curse. Yeah, Jaron Curse. Definitely. Oh, Curse has been a beast, without a doubt. Thank God Curse has been the way he has been, because Donovan Wilson's been banged up so much. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, believe me, because when that first started happening, the police have actually been notified about that. Yeah, there's actually information that's been circulated for the police with that situation to make sure if something does happen, they know where to go. Hey, Sheila, what's up, Sheila? Sheila can't wait to see you at the tailgate. 6 people, right? He's a big guy that can
I have
cover tight
two.
ends.
I have two people coming.
Cedric Wilson is good on the offense too. He is, but unfortunately, Cedric Wilson did not practice today. Uh oh. Gina's sharing some tweets with me. Uh oh, what's going on? Gina's always got the scoop. What?
I got two people coming.
Two people?
Yeah, the other one confirmed. Yeah.
Cowboys appear healthy, but Amari Cooper has not been activated yet. Big day for him tomorrow related to conditioning before he's okay versus the Saints. That's from Todd Archer 20 minutes ago. Nothing major, just who's particular. So, yeah, everybody was, with the exception of Terrell Gresham, was limited, and Cedric Wilson didn't practice. Who's out at the moment? Mike McCarthy's out. Amari Cooper might be out. Nashawn Wright is out. Blake Jarwin is out as well. And like 6 of our coaches.
Yeah, but the thing I'm more worried about is the coaches, not the couple of players that are out. Because if our line was better and they weren't doing that switch and swats, and Dak Prescott got a couple of more seconds where he could throw a more accurate ball to these guys. Because it's all a trickle effect. If you have a 200-pound guy coming after you, he's going to sling that ball out.
You're 100% right. Yeah, you need those guys.
So I was like,
all right, so that's all we got going on right now. Oh, Dan Snyder's trending? Uh-oh, why is Dan Snyder trending?
He's always trending.
Wow, RG3 is going to release a book called Surviving Washington, and he'll detail what happened in the playoff game versus... Ooh. Oh, Gary Myers collaborated with RG3, so he actually got a big name to go with that. Okay. Surviving Washington, a compelling and brutally honest memoir about his time with Dan Snyder and the Shanahans. Ooh, and the dysfunctional Washington football team. Oh, wow. That's, you know what? I might actually read that. No, I won't. No, I won't.
It might be a good read.
Wow.
I might get that in spite of Washington.
I'll get the Cliff Notes. Oh, because, you know what? I like sticking it to the skins. I like sticking it to them. Basically ruined his career. And, you know, I met Jason Campbell years later after he played with Washington, but he was like, you know, with that chuck and duck offense, he's like, they took years off my career. I mean, literally, you've seen so many quarterbacks. It's not a coincidence that so many quarterbacks' careers have been ruined in Washington. It's just like, if you're a quarterback and they say, hey, who wants you to go to Washington? Oh, hell no. I'm done. I'm out. No, thank you.
I mean, Kirk Cousins only when I survived.
And Brad Johnson was able to get out of there and get a ring. But other than that,
I mean, Heineke's just trying to survive.
I think they won the division, and RG3 got hurt, and his knee got messed up.
He was only good like his first or second year.
Doug Williams did get a ring. Yes, he did.
Well,
and got screwed by him on the way out.
Well, what happened to one guy that he said that did Hall of Fame speech, thank you for stealing money?
Oh, Jason Taylor. Yeah, you know it's bad when Jason Taylor says, thank you for letting me steal money. Dan Snyder.
That's not bad.
Yep. All right, good people. I've taken up enough of the YouTube time. I am going to get ready to do some other stuff. It is, what time is it? It's almost 6 o'clock in the evening. I need to get some more work done in the shop where I got to run some of the tools. And also got to work on the tailgate. If you're interested in the tailgate, be sure to email me, cowboysmark94 at Gmail, so that way I can get you on the list. I'm trying to get an idea of how many people to go, because Jet D, he's going to be doing some briskets.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's going to be doing briskets. We're going to briskets. We're going to pulled pork. And I'm actually thinking, and you guys tell me if I'm crazy, but I don't think I'm going to buy a ticket to go into the game.
No,
I think we're just going to do our live stream from the parking lot, And and here's my reasoning why.
It's cold.
If you go, it's December.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
It's December, right? And it's cold.
They just had another pipe
So
leak.
yeah, sprinkler pipe broke last. So my thinking is, I can be out. We got 65-inch TV. We got food. We can have hot chocolate. It's not going to cost us an arm and three legs. I can have my patio heaters out there, and we can kind of chill out there as opposed to spending, about $275 for a ticket to be sitting in a stadium that you have to worry about. Is sewage going to drop on my head? And no replays. So what do y'all think? Am I crazy?
It'll be good.
Roland's Review may be there.
Hey, I'm going to be here.
Michael's going to be there. Gina C. going to be there.
And we might bring one more person too.
That's right.
So, I think they.
We'll be. Oh, I'll be live streaming. I'll be live streaming. I think DMV is supposed to be here. I think E2 Blue will be here.
I'll be
David
here.
Wiley will be here. Mike will be here.
Yep.
We're gonna make a 3-foot sub. That'll be here. I'm sure Frank Joseph will be here. I'm sure he'll be here watching. You're worried about getting a skin stank on you? Yeah.
Yeah, the parking lot is actually not that bad. You just have to
What's
bring a
going
chair,
on with our
bring a chair.
Cowboys, man? I don't know, man.
All you gotta do is bring a chair.
Hard to rub that shit off. The rest of us are Cowboys. Yeah. All right, good people. I appreciate y'all jumping in on the stream. Is parking? Yeah, they're about $60, about $50, $60 or so is what the parking is.
It's cheaper than
But
Dallas.
Nick, how many people are you bringing? Nick. Because I'm gonna probably get like 4 parking passes or so, and it may be advantageous to have some people just ride in with us all together.
Yeah, because I don't have.
Brett had season-ending tricep surgery. 4.
Hey, why don't you do call or just do
Nick,
call?
email me because I may go ahead and, like I said, I've got to work on that probably tomorrow on getting the parking passes and getting that squared away, so we know exactly where it's going to be, and maybe I'll get an extra 1 or 2 just in case. All right. So everybody, I'm going to be leaving here about like 6 a.m. because I want to be there when the gates open. I want to be right there to set up. I'm going to try and get in Red Zone Lot because Red Zone Lot opens up 2 hours earlier than the other ones. So we can actually get set up there earlier and be ready to rock and roll. Give Boss Man a try. Peace and joy, Joseph. All right. Peace, y'all.